Hello everyone, welcome to GV Reddy Automation World. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for our ongoing core Java interview questions and answer series. So far we have covered data types, arrays, string, operators, condition, loops, exception handling, collections. If you haven't watched them yet, make sure to check them out. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Right, today content is interview questions on methods. Right, I will cover all the very minute topic also interview questions on each topic so that we will get more idea on each topic. Right, we will see today methods. What are the different questions we can expect on methods? Right, what is a method? Right, a method is a block of code that performs a specific task. It is used to improve the code reusability and modularity. Right, why we will write a method instead of writing same piece of code multiple times, we will write a method to reuse that code. To reuse, suppose I have a login, right? Instead of every time enter login password, click on the button, instead of writing those 3 lines every time, it will become what? It will become duplicate code. Maintenance will become very heavy, right? If you tomorrow something login is changed, then it's very difficult to identify where I have written login those many times. Right? Maintenance will be very difficult. So by using methods, we can combine those three in one method. Whenever we require, simply call that method. Reusability and modularity. Maintenance will be very easy. Right? Methods we have to write in within a class can be called and executed when needed. Right? How do you declare and define a method? Right, how do you declare and define a method? A method is declared using following syntax. What is the syntax of a method? We will have a access modifier, right? Access modifier, return type, access modifier, return type, method name, and then parameter. Method name and parameter. Right, we will have access modifier, return type, method name, parameters. Right, simple example is public, it is the access modifier, int, it is the return type, add is the method name, parameters, and return. Right, return type is optional. If we don't have a, we will have a without any arguments we can write method, without any return type we can write methods. We can have any number of arguments, right? One argument, two argument, three argument, right? Any number of arguments in a method, right? Then what is the difference between method and a function in Java? Right, in Java, method is a function that is a part of the class. Right, methods we have to write in Java within a class only. But while function in general programming terms, it is an independent block of code. Java is an object-oriented language, so all the function must be defined inside a class only. But if you take other languages, C, C++, those we will call it as a functions we can write outside the class. But here in Java, we must write inside a class only. Right, then what is the what are the method parameters and arguments? What are the method parameters and arguments? Right, parameters are variables declared inside a method signature. Inside a method signature. Arguments are actual values passed to the method while calling it. What is the example of it? Suppose if you take this example, right? Public void greet, right? Public void greet method, right? What will here string name? It is the parameter. It is the parameter. Now, if we want to call this greet method, we will pass an argument. This is called argument, and in the method, whatever we have, this is called name. Right? Parameters are variables. Right? These are local variables in the method signature. Arguments are actual values. Right? We are passing from the greet method one value. This is the value argument. This is the arguments are actual values passed to the method when it is calling. Right, this is the difference between parameter and argument. Right, what is a method overloading? What is the method overloading? Provide an example. Method overloading allows multiple methods. Method overloading allows multiple methods in the same name. Right? What is overloading? Overloading is the concept of having method name will be same but arguments will be different. Right? Suppose if you want to add two integer number to float to do double, right? If you write add int, add float, add double, it's very difficult to remember what are the right add methods are there. Right? Maintenance will be very difficult. Right? So in Java we have a feature called method overloading. Keep the method name is same, but arguments will be different. Right? Number of arguments, type of arguments, order of arguments. If you want to write the method name with the same name, we have to follow either number of parameters should be different or type of argument should be different or order. Here see, suppose I have a int. Suppose if I want to create one more add, I can change into A, B, C. I can increase one parameter or decrease one parameter. Right? Or type of arguments. Here int is there. Here I can write a double or order. Suppose I have a int and a float. I can write float and int again. Right? Those three conditions should satisfy while writing the method overload. Right? What is method overriding? How different is from method overload? Method overload just we have seen. What is method overriding? Right? Method overriding occurs when there is a parent and child relationship. When we want to method overriding means what? Overriding the parent class method in the child class. Why we need to override? Suppose there is a right click method is there. Right, in the child class, in the parent class in Selenium, what we will do in the parent class, we will write all the reusable methods. In the child class, we reuse it. But sometimes parent class click method not working for some scenario. For some click it is not working. Then what we can do? We can override same method. Signature will be same, but body we can change it. Body we can change it. Right, that is called method overriding. Right, it should be there should be a parent class. See, parent class show method is there. In the child class, we can override, change the method body. That means implementation. We can. Right. Then what is the return type of a method? Can a method have multiple return type? In Java, we can have only one return type only. Right. We cannot have multiple return types. In Java, we can have only one return type. If you want to return multiple types, what is the way we can do? Either we can set in the array or we can set in the list. Right? Array and list will allow to store multiple objects at multiple values. So by using that, see here one more example, get numbers. I want to return multiple values. I am setting in the integer, we can, or list collection object, any collection object. Right, what is the difference between void and non-void methods? Void methods means it will not return any value, just it will do the action, that's it. It will not return any value. Right, non-void method means it should return. Right, void, see, suppose print method, just I am doing printing, I am not returning anything. Here get number, suppose get number, it is returning integer value. Right, that is the difference. What is the static keyword in the static keyword in methods? Right, a static method belongs to class, not rather than instance. Right, static is belongs to class, not to the object. Whenever we will create a static method, suppose we don't require, suppose I want to call this display method, I no need to create object for it, right? It is belongs to class, not to the object. So we no need to create example class object to call the static method. Directly we can call example.display, class name.display. Right, static methods we can call directly by using class name. Can we override a static method in Java? Right, no, because that is belongs to class. Right, wherever we will, suppose in example class I have, right, in the child class can we override? No, because it is belongs to this class. So we cannot, static methods cannot be overridden. If a subclass defines a static method with the same name, it hides the superclass method instead of overriding it. Right, what is the difference between final static abstract methods? Final static abstract methods. Final method cannot be overridden, right? If you final, we can use at where we can use final variable, final method, final class. Final, if you write final at keyword variable level, we cannot change the value. Final at method level, if you write, we cannot override in the subclass. If you write final at class level, we cannot subclass it, right? Then static belongs to the class, not to the instance. So without creating the object, we can call directly static variables or methods directly with the class name. What is an abstract method? Abstract method we can write in the abstract classes, right, without any body, right? Child classes will implement it, must implemented by child class, right? Suppose if you take an example, final method cannot be overridden, static belongs to the class, abstract method must implemented by subclasses. Can we declare a method as a private static together? Right, can we declare a method as a private and static? Yes, we can. A method can be have both private and static. It means method belongs to the class, but it is accessible within the that class only. If we declare method as a private, what is the private scope? We can access only within the class only. We cannot access outside the class. Right. Private static we can declare. What is the default method? Default method in Java interfaces. A default method in a method. Default method is a method in an interface that has a body, right, that can be overridden by implementing. From Java 8 up to Java 8, we cannot write other than abstract methods in interface. But from Java 8, what they have done, they have introduced default and we can write default and static methods in the interfaces. Default and static methods. Default method is a method in the interface that has a body, can be overridden by child classes who will implement, they can override default methods. Right, what is the method reference in Java? Right, what is the method reference in Java? Method references allow us to refer to methods without executing them. Ready, it is a shorthand notation for lambda expression. Right, method references allow to us to refer to methods without executing them. Suppose class is there, I have a static method, and then interface greeting is there, void greet. Then main method, suppose greeting. We can call method reference by using functional interfaces, right? Example colon colon. See what is the example colon colon, say hello, say hello, right? What it will return, right? We can interface greeting g dot greet. By using method reference, we can create the object of it. A little bit right, tricky one, right, to understand, right? This is one more interview question. Maybe we will get what is method reference in Java. Right. What is the significance of synchronized keyword in method? Right. Synchronized keyword in method. Right. The synchronized keyword ensures that only one thread can be executed at a method at a time. Right. Suppose I have a one method in Selenium. Also, we will use. We have one method. Suppose if we are executing parallelly, right, only one thread should access. I want to make sure only one test case should execute at a one time, right? No two test cases parallelly should execute that method. In that case, what we will do, synchronized keyword we will add. That's why. Then whenever we are calling two test cases, same method calling, it will, whoever first will come, it will allow first thread one, again it will come second. Once the first thread completes the execution, second thread will execute it again. That means one by one, right? That is the advantage of synchronized keyword. What is the difference between pass by value, pass by reference? Pass by value, pass by reference. Java always passes arguments by value only, by value. For primitive types, the actual value is copied. Java always passes the arguments by value only, right? For primitive types, the actual value is copied. For objects, a reference is copied, but changes inside the object reflect original. Suppose if you take, right, modify does not change the original value. Suppose this is the pass by value, right? We are sending a value a equal to 10. Suppose does not change the original value. Java always supports only arguments by value. Can we have a method inside a method in Java? Can we have a method inside a method? Right? No, Java does not allow define methods inside a methods. However, you can use lambda expressions or anonymous inner classes. Right? Suppose we have a method. If you want to write another method, right? What will happen? It will throw compilation error. But right, but by using lambda expressions or anonymous inner classes, we can achieve it. What is a recursive method in Java? Recursive method means what? Method calling itself. A method is calling itself. Suppose if we take a factorial, I want to calculate the factorial. See, factorial is calling itself again factorial method. Right, a method is calling again its method. Method is calling itself. Right, we can write a prime number factorial recursion. Sometimes interview they will ask recursive method. Write a factorial in recursive way. Right, a method is called itself is called a recursive method. Can a method be overloaded based on a return type alone? No, method overloading requires a different parameter list. Right, a return type alone is not sufficient. Okay, overloaded method. Suppose add method is there. If we write add method both into a comma b into a comma b, it will not allow. If we change only return type, it will not accept. Must be parameter should be different. What happens if we call main method inside another method? Main method inside another method, right? It will result in a infinite recursion, cause a stack overflow error. Right, if we call main method inside another method, it will result in a infinite recursion and cause a stack overflow error. Right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Right, thank you.